There we go. Got it. All right, you guys have a good time. We'll see you later.
And welcome to our September Cosmic Q&A. This is a monthly event offered by Angels Emerging to just bring us together as a community and to really help share what's available to us, to answer our questions, to settle our hearts and our minds, and bring peace to both ourselves and the world around us. So welcome, those of you that are joining us for the first time. We really appreciate your presence. Good evening. We just ask that each of you be mindful of your own space and the energy within your space, for that does contribute and make a difference to the intentions and what the purposeful good for tonight is. So just keep a clear and open mind and heart, and just know your space is important as well. We're going to bring some clearing and love to you right now.
Good day to you all.
Welcome, welcome. So who has a question? Who would like to chat with the masters? Hello, Myrna, we see you. Hello, beloved. Good to see you again. How's your channeling going?
I can't say. I seem to get messages, but it feels like it comes from me.
All right.
That's a pretty consistent thing, beloved one. All channels go through that, right? It feels so organic that you think that you're just hearing your own thoughts, your own wisdom. So kindly pay attention to several things. Number one, the type of message that you're getting. Is the message something that you would not have thought about on your own? Listen to how it is worded, how spirit words things is sometimes different than how you, the human, will word things, right? And then pay attention to how the rest of your physical body responds. If you're getting any shivers and chills, if you're getting hot, right? These are things that will help you to understand if it's spirit's voice or your own voice. And the truth of the matter is that it's not a problem if it's your voice, as long as you're connected, right?
Just remember that spirit uses all of us, our voices, our hearts, our bodies, our thinking mind. So everything that you have, spirit is just making use of. All right. Beloved.
The question I have actually is kind of a world question.
Thank you.
I'm interested in the fact that Europe seems to be moving rapidly to the right with the election of the right wing in Italy, and Sweden has moved to the right. What is this indicating? Are we going through a real shift here, or what's happening?
Yes, we are observing that there is a great shift. However, you must be aware that just because it shifts in one direction does not mean that it's not going to shift again in a different direction. Nothing is written in stone at this time. So for the evolution of humanity and the evolution of the planet, right, a lot of things have to come together, and it might look like things are falling apart before they come together again. So please do not get too hung up on right, left, all of those things, but remember and hold the vision that all is in divine order, no matter what it looks like. All right?
Agreed. We understand and we see that through the lens of the human eye, it looks to be you are speaking of a worldview, beloved, as mirror them. There's a right or left. There is a us and them mentality, and this is not true at all. In fact, what is happening is there seems to be almost an uprising of the old paradigm, so that it can come to the surface to be shifted. So the right is a mindset of your humanity. It is the holding on, like the last bastions of wanting to maintain a status quo that seems familiar. They want to go back to traditional mindsets and thinking, but your world has changed. And so once these evolutionary energies and resources come to the surface, it will quickly be derailed. Because the mindset, the political forces that want to change and shift your laws and do some reversal on some of the aspects of the governance of your life, people will quickly retaliate. And there will not be the feeling that of support that the right is wanting so much to be a part of, if this makes sense for you. Does this assist you and answer your question, beloved?
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's good for you. Thank you. All right, beloveds. Thank you for the question. Catherine, we see that your hand has been raised. Hello, beloved.
Hi, everybody. You know, I have to tell you that I had something shift for me. You know, family of origin has always been a little sticky. Of course, I know they love me, but Spirit told me, yes, the other day, that I was deeply loved because of what I believe in and what I do to raising the consciousness and of love and light on the planet and unity for the new earth and the new human. And they told me that I was deeply loved, and it didn't really matter about my blood line, that it's okay, everything's okay. And I've been really consciously working on staying in a higher vibration. So I'm noticing that is when I do this, good things happen, and it's good. And the more that I feel in touch and in tune and aligned with a new principle and belief that this is happening, we are ascending, and this is something it's going to happen, that I believe the light is winning, and I know that things have to shift and it will take time. But as long as I stay in that vibration, I'm getting affirmations and validations from my spirit guides, from my you know, my environment, that everything is really going to be okay.
Wonderful.
So I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Do you have a question,
and-
beloved?
No, I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to the future. So I believe that things are going to get better, and we just have to continue to send the light into this earth and into our and from our hearts to everyone.
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you. Thank you for hearing me.
Yes, it is a wonderful platform for you to be heard, and we encourage you to continue to dwell in the idea that you are now a teacher, and to step out of your small confines and begin to really stretch your wings and allow yourself to share this message of hope and vitality and faith in what is to come. A beautiful message for your humanity. We appreciate that about you.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. All right, Sue Beth, hello. We see your hand is raised. Hello, beloved. You are muted, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes.
As you were describing what's happening in the world now, and it's also, I guess, what's happening to the earth now and humanity, and I feel like it's the same thing that's happening within me, that I'm falling apart, and maybe multiple falling aparts and coming back together. So far, thank God. And I'm not terribly upset or worried about it. I feel like it's the right thing, you know, that I don't know whether I'm echoing what's happening in the universe or this is what's happening to all of us, whether we know it or not, or I don't know, but it's sort of like when you clean your closet out, first you have to pull everything out.
Yes.
And so in the beginning, it looks much more disorganized and messy and than it did before you started.
Right.
So it's
what a beautiful metaphor for all of our lives right now. It is much like clearing out the clutter and bringing everything out and then sorting through and only replacing that which is absolutely necessary. And think of all the debris that can be let go of right now.
Right.
The question will become for all of you is, where does that debris go? Can it be repurposed? Can it be dissolved into your earth plane and to let go of things responsibly? But it is an absolute necessity that everybody begin to understand that less is more. You do not need to exist upon so much consumption. And this is true across all bodies, all fields of your consciousness, your mental bodies, your physical bodies, your spiritual bodies, your intellectual bodies. You're addicted to all your information. And it comes to a point where, you know, it's just too cluttered and you cannot know what to think.
right. You have to declutter your mind also, which means lots of times not listening to the news.
Indeed. Particular news. Yes, I would agree. Do you have a particular question?
No, I just want, you know, is that okay? What's happening with me? I mean, am I going to be carted off to the loony bin or?
Well, I know.
Not at all. It is absolutely perfect, right? If it weren't perfect, it wouldn't be happening the way that it's happening. Right? You're not off track. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just experiencing inner change, the change of your inner landscape, right? Which then helps you to see out here differently. Right? So keep up the good work. Keep falling apart and then coming back together.
There's a saying, falling apart is an art. Thank you so much. Thank you. I feel
Thank you for your
calm.
presence and reminding us of the process that we go through over and over and over again. Think of nature and how often it falls apart or lets go of everything only to be replenished come spring. And this is the time of year that is a perfect time for that letting go, for it is the harvest season. So you are right on time, beloved. You are in perfect accordance with the laws of the universe and of nature, particularly in the Northern Hemisphere right now, which is, I believe, where you live. So you are just cycling with that which is already by nature divine. So allow yourself, and this is a true outpicturing and a mirroring of what is already existing all around you all the time. And you come into sync with that. You know, if you live with a group of people, you all begin to have what's called heart resonance. And you, beloved, are beginning to live in the heart resonance of your natural cycles of life. The letting go, the replenishing. This is the time we go deep. And come the winter months, you know, you will find yourself even deepening more and going into hibernation and retreat. Does not mean anything about you. particularly, but know that you will be reborn and rebirthed come springtime.
For the last time.
Well, maybe for the last time in this body, but not particularly in this spirit or soul. Your soul is eternal, as you
Okay.
well know. Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. I feel much better.
Thank you for your gifts. All right. We see you, Michelle. Hello, dear Divine Mother. We
Hello,
love
dear.
to see you. It is so good to see you.
It's always good to see you.
Mhm.
And I got a good chuckle from the last what you were saying with that last question, because it actually does go right into what my question is. I have been a lot more mindful lately, which I know that's part of my evolution, and of course all the work that I'm doing with Metatron is, ascending, and I am noticing a lot of mirroring, both with nature and just with other people in general. And there's a part of me that's fearful with it, because it's, I don't know, earlier today I was asking if, like, how much of that is me that's affecting with it, or if it is part of the we are one and we're all connected together.
So is this your question, beloved? I'm not quite
Yes.
clear. And can you
Oh,
rephrase
yes.
the question?
Okay, let me see if I can rephrase it a little better. It is the, the northern part, the Maybon and the fall. And I know this is a lot of times my shadow season, where I worked on, a lot of my shadow work. And this time around, I have noticed really the mirror in both my environment and other beings. And there's a part of me that was kind of fearful with it. And I'm wondering if this is all a part of it, like, of the ascending and the knowing and everything.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So, yes, it is a part, right? Remember, when we have spoken as a channel, you at first you're looking or allowing spirit to look through your eyes, and eventually, beloved, it shifts and you're able to look through the eyes of spirit. Right? This is a little bit of what is going on for you. You're not looking with the old eyes of Michelle, right? But you're looking at things through the eyes of spirit. And so the mirror is different than it has been up to this point in time, right? Because spirit sees things differently, right? And your fear is what? What's your fear?
What I noticed with the mirror, like I was going through, or there was a part, which is an energy that I'm working through to think and release, and that's paranoia. And how I noticed it was, I noticed that another person around me was paranoid first before I saw it in me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you are each other's teachers, right? And you have soul agreement to reflect, to assist each and every person that you come in contact with to see themselves, right? So that you can heal.
And you must, that is the most important point to remember, beloved, is that you will see in another precisely what is going on in you at some level. Or some aspect of you, I don't know where you are on the screen, but some aspect of you is always in play, being mirrored back to you as a reflection within your world. And it does not always just come from human beings. It comes from situations, from nature, from circumstance, from situations that you become entangled within. And so you might notice in your own lives the themes of your stories. The situations you involve yourself in might seem to be similar in nature of those themes that you find yourself drawn to. But the important thing is you are all that. You are always that. There is never or anything that you witness or that you see with your perception that you are not. That is the I am principle. It is always reflecting a part of you. There is only one of you out there, beloveds. And so you see yourself, the reflection of yourself in others. For unless you are looking in a mirror, you cannot see yourself. And so you must see your own self through the lens of how others show you yourself. And to the degree, beloveds, this is the classic work of the shadow. And this is deeply spiritual work. And so to know thyself is to know all of yourself. Remember, Carl Jung said it best. He is the grandfather of the shadow work. He said, I would rather be whole than good. I would rather be whole than good. I would rather know thyself in all aspects of thyself than rather be just the good stuff. So to the degree that you feel reactive and triggered by something that you are witnessing in the external, that is where your healing begins. For you can see an act of, great of something that someone does that you love in the same way. And you can feel great empathy for that and say, oh, I wish I was so philanthropic. I wish I was so generous. I wish I were more kind, when you see those outpicturings too. So do not fail to miss the reflection that the world is showing you of those aspects of you that are glorious and are remarkable and are brilliant. For we tend to focus on those things that upset us and create worry and concern and consternation. So bring it all to yourself. Keep a notebook with yourself and say, what were you noticing most about the external world today? Oh, I saw kindness. Oh, I saw generosity. Oh, I saw compassion and love being extended. And I also saw anger and hostility and frustration and anxiety. And where are you most affected by that? And that is where your healing must occur. Go inward and say, where am I that? I am that, I am that. Airports are really good places to do your shadow work, where you see all kinds of behaviors. And then what you do is that you turn it upon yourself and you say, where am I that? And what is that to be loved in me? How can I love my anxiety? How can I love my anger? How can I love my sadness? How can I love my humility? How can I love my generosity? How can I love my kindness and my compassion? It is an internal job, and then you externalize that. And that is then becomes the attractive force, the law of attraction, as many of you like to label it, that becomes the force by which what is attracted to you in your life. Or if you resist it and you put up your hand and say, by the grace of God, there go I am not that, sure as day, you will attract that to yourself in situations and scenarios. So be ever mindful that what is coming at you is to be healed, particularly if it is triggering a negative response from you. We are here to help you and assist you always, as you know. Blessed be. Thank you for the question, beloved. Does this help you? There you are. I had lost you for a moment.
Yes, it does. And it's also confirmation. As you know, I've got some new spirit guides helping me. And that's exactly what they said earlier today.
Yes. There is no question of your connection and your deep affinity and affiliation with that guides you, that you are more that, beloved, than you are the other. So do not get trapped in thinking you are your ego. You really are more spirit forward than most people in their existence. So trust that in you. It is really a God gift, a gift from God that you have been able to personify. Blessed be.
Yeah, blessed be. Oh, I've also started painting.
Yay! The creative expression is a wonderful outlet for all of us. Maybe you could teach us all how to paint.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to start painting auras.
There you go. We love this. And who does not want their aura painted, huh? Everyone here, raise your hand and we will begin a cue for beautiful Michelle painting auras. Look at all those
I
people.
can practice. Thank you.
Yes, put a message out on the message board, and we will create oodles of opportunities for you. Blessed be.
Thank you. Leslie.
Indeed.
Love you.
And the love is returned. Who is next? Merlina. Is that how you pronounce your name? Merlina. Hello.
Yes, it is. Hello.
Good to see
My
you.
first time with you guys.
Welcome. We appreciate your attendance.
Thank you. First of all, which one of you is coming through? Like, which one is Metatron coming through, and which one is Divine Mother? You're Metatron up there?
We are Metatron, and our woman is Melestra or Wendy.
Thank you. Thank you. All righty. I'm trying to keep it short. Don't know where to begin. Okay. I am a energy worker, healer, starseed, and been working a lot with many people, but lately I have been, I'm being challenged financially and feeling more in survival mode than trying to get the work out. And it, of course, then spirals down, lowers my vibration. I know I can't manifest from there. So I'm kind of in a circle. I don't know where to go, what to do. I know I'm feeling stuck.
Okay.
Take a breath.
All right. So we've got a couple questions for you, beloved one. Are you clear that you are not doing your own work, but that you're doing Spirit's work?
Yeah.
Good. Then being aware that you're doing Spirit's work, are you asking for what you want and what you need within that?
I think I am.
Okay.
I just don't feel like I'm feeling the guidance that I normally feel.
Okay.
I kind of feel abandoned.
Ah, well, there's no such thing.
I know that, but that's how I feel.
Right, I know. And sometimes our woman, sometimes everybody experiences that disconnect, right?
Right.
But you must understand that when you work, it's wonderful, right? But then there has to be a period of integration. Integrate, so that you can receive for yourself, heal for yourself, and then the natural outcropping of that is that you'll begin to be in flow again. So pay attention to what you're feeling. If you can get your head out of that I'm so afraid mode and take a look at am I in integration, and answer that question for yourself later in your quiet time. Allow yourself to receive, integrate, listen, feel, know what Spirit is nudging you to do, because the picture is changing.
Right.
The picture is changing. It's not going to be like it's always been. You're being encouraged to embrace new things, right? Yeah.
This is precisely what we are seeing as well. So there is validation here that I am seeing even before Metatron spoke of this, is that you are being called in a new direction. And so whenever we are called in a new direction, beloved, there is a period of gestation that must occur. It's just like birthing that. So pay attention to the signs and the things and the areas, particularly where you have been dissatisfied in your energy work. There is a feeling of fatigue and exhaustion in what you are doing. And so part of it is self-care, and the other part is you are being called to perhaps change your services or change your direction of counseling or therapy that you you put out into the world. And what I mean by that is you want to create an environment for yourself that you are in love with, and you it raises the passion quotient within your own existence. What we are being shown, and it looks like it is perhaps adding new modalities to your treasure trust of offerings. It means sitting with yourself and experiencing those things that you are being called to do, so that you can know that the pursuit of them will be satisfying for you.
Well, I am totally satisfied and passionate with what I'm doing now, and my energy is really up, and I love when I'm in service. If I'm to go another direction, that's fine. I just don't have a clue what that is, and most of my energy is worrying about where the next dollar is going to be. I'm going to lose my car. I'm down to survival, and this is where I'm stuck.
Well, these energies, beloved, do lower your vibration when you stay spiraling within them. So you must find the way of perhaps using your own energy forces to relinquish some of that to spirit. Even if you go absolutely broke and you do lose your car and all of these tragedies start to occur in your life, it's always leading you to your higher good, even if it seems tragic and ill-formed in your own existence. The pain is what I mean. It is always leading you to your next evolution. So whatever that is calling forth in you, you must lean toward it and say, oh, well, Spirit, if I lose my car, I lose my car. I will use public transit, and there will be other means and opportunities presented to you, but you cannot stay mired in the idea that all of these become tragic forces for you. It is what it is. Clients are waiting for you in abundance. Right now, there is something that is standing between you and those that are being called to you for the work. And I would suggest it is some of the negative
That's what
energy.
I don't know. That's what I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Well, it is your very statements.
Okay.
You are saying right here, I am worried, I am in fear, I am going to lose. And those are being picked up upon by those that wish to reach out to you for the work. So you must transmute those. You must shift those within your own self to become the magnet for the passion. Return to the things and the ways in which your work speaks more loudly than your fears. Show yourself in the world as that.
Thank you.
And being very specific in how you ask for what you need and what you want. And it doesn't matter how many times you ask, it's okay. So if you need $500 this week, then that's exactly what you ask for, right?
Right.
Don't be nebulous with it. Get down with spirit and say, okay, this is what I need. You want me doing spirit's work? This is what I need today. Right?
Those have been my exact words.
Then allow spirit to bring them forth instead of tying that to or hitchhiking that to the thought, I'm going to lose my car if I don't receive this. You must separate the two. The fear.
I see that.
All right. Begin to have that mindset, and it will start to percolate within you. Use your own tools upon yourself, beloved.
I have been. Yeah.
You are a gifted healer. Know this about yourself. Look in the mirror and do some gazing and say, I am a gifted healer. I live in abundance. I live in the glory and service to the God I am. I am in service to spirit at all times in my life. I never question where my next paycheck or dollars will come from. It is always there. Spirit is always bringing forth the miracle of abundance in my life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed.
I have a friend here. It'll be time for her question as well.
Of course, yes.
Here you
Hello.
go.
What is your name? What is your name, friend?
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Orlando.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Lisa. I have been working on my healing for a while, and I know that I want to help everybody.
Mhm.
But my question is, purely based on like next step of career mode for me, because it's the only question I have in my life is what can I do to help get more opportunity to help more people in my career, and what is it? What is it that I'm supposed to do next?
Well, people have to know about you,
Mm.
right? It is, you know, many healers, they create a circle of individuals that they work with, right? And they're not expanding their bandwidth to allow others to hear about them, know about them. So one of the easiest ways for you, beloved one, is to offer yourself in service by volunteering for things, right? You volunteer to lead a meditation, or you volunteer to go, you know, work with the homeless, and begin to, you know, get out there and get seen, so people will know who you are. You make those connections, and then you're pulling from a greater resource pool, right?
Yes. Okay.
To build.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are hearing the word of the day and the week, and your go forward measure is reputation.
Yes.
You want to begin to build a reputation for who it is you want to be known, seen, thought of, and felt in the world. What is your reputation? What is your mission? You say, I want to serve everyone. This is
Yeah.
a very, very lofty concept, for not everyone, beloved, wants to be served.
True.
So you must begin to identify and hone in on a specialty. And when the irony of having a specialty is everything will come to you through that creation of that specificity. So when you start to say, I am going to help women, I am going to help victims of domestic violence, I am going to help trauma victims, that in itself creates a funnel for you to begin to attract all others to you and builds a reputation.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
what is it in you that you feel most inspired by? What has been the transformation in you, beloved?
That makes sense. I can do that. I know where to go.
And one thing that every single person that will come to you is looking for is integrity.
Oh,
They need to feel you. They need to feel that they can trust you, right? To put themselves in your hands. And how you create that will be absolutely unique to you, but that is what you must create.
okay. Yeah, I can volunteer. I have a bunch of groups I thought about volunteering for, like, and being more of an activist in my community, but I didn't know if I should be going down that avenue because of the lower vibrations that sit there. But at the same time, if nobody's going to bring them up, then it's going to be me.
Well, and you can transmute those vibrational energies by your presence. So use all of your gifts and your tools to do that. And this really is about you stepping out into your light and building that reputation in your world, in your community, that people, you're available for them.
Okay.
You are available. Let people know I am available. Start spreading the word.
Gotcha. Is there anything I could do specifically in my career with car parts? Random question, I know.
Well, you can begin where you are. The people in the car parts industry need a lot of assistance.
That they do.
It's a very low vibrational environment from a workforce, and they need enlightenment. You can drop little hints. Perhaps you do a lunchtime meditation, or just a raising your vibration afternoon coffee, or some experience that you invite them into. And then remember, not everyone will be attracted to it. Do not get discouraged when those that say, oh no, that's not for me. You move on, because there are plenty that are right for you.
That's true. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the question.
Luck.
Hello, Mina. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome.
Hi, good to see you,
Thanks.
Divine Mother and Metatron and everyone else. And I just want to thank everybody for their questions so far. I've gotten so many lovely just reminders and just higher messages from hearing your questions and what's come through from that. So my question, I'm going to try to keep it a little bit on a more global level, but it does pertain to things that are going on in my life. And so I think a lot of us have felt the powerful cosmic forces and energies with retrograde and, you know, the seasons changing, the political climate. And one of those areas that I've seen a lot in my circles is the impact on relationships and people breaking up. And I find myself now in the midst of that. And so my question is around, I know that, you know, breakups are opportunities as well, right? And trusting in the divine order of things, looking to what's the message here and how can I continue forward to elevate what I'm up to? So I guess my question is, how do I balance this next phase and what's going on without getting caught up maybe in the lower energies of shadow work, kind of, because that can be a spiral, or maybe some of the more, for lack of a better term, like petty tendencies of, you know, maybe some of the woundings around lovability and things like that, if that makes sense.
Well, you can't get away from the shadow. And you can't get away from the shadow work. That's important. That's an important healing, right? So when it's in your face, you've got to go with it, beloved one, right? Whether it feels icky or not, right? It's not something to say, you know, let me look for something better, right? It's to say, let me look this in the eye, and what does this have to teach me? What's the lesson? What's the blessing of this, right? And yeah, the energies have been intense, and the energies are all focused on growth and change. So anything that is not in alignment with your highest good is going to fall away. And this goes for all of you, right? Everything's being shaken up right now. So if it's not for your highest good, it's going to drop away, fall away. There's going to be breakups. There's going to be those that leave the planet, you know, all of these types of traumatic things. And yes, they are an opportunity for growth. They're also painful, right? And please don't spiritually bypass the grief. You've got to embrace the shadow.
It is incumbent upon you, beloved, that if it's in your space, you must confront it. You cannot bury it or sweep it under the rug or the carpet and say whatever is in your space is there to be transmuted. Otherwise, it will just come back around for another turn, another opportunity to teach you the lesson that is presenting itself to you in this moment. This is not for the weak of heart. You say shadow work can take you down a spiral, but that spiral is your way through. That dark tunnel is the way to the light. That passageway is to your own transformation and your own ability to transcend all of those wounds that you came here, perhaps to not just transform in your own life, but in others as well. You are a teacher, yes? You are a holy woman. And you cannot teach another for something you are not willing to go through into yourself. For you would be on the precipice of being able to take someone to their own cliff and then not being able to carry through with them. That is the irony of what you are experiencing, is when you are willing to go through the tragedy yourself, the pain, the hurt, the dismantling, then you can walk others through it as well. It is almost like, it feels like a fire you must walk through, but it is a necessary fire of transmutation. And know that fire is a great shift of energies, and everything is burned to the ground, but life begins to rebuild and grow new. And right now you are being asked more than any to dismantle everything that you relied upon these past several years, and you found comfort. But I assure you that Spirit has a way forward for you that you can't even imagine sitting here right now, but it will not come to fruition by holding on. There is a great saying, is let go of the shore and sail into the mystery. You must be willing to let go of the safe harbor of the shore. For the mystery of your life lives out there. That's the woman you dream of being.
It has nothing to do with choosing better, right? Somebody had a thought, oh, good, we'll choose a better relationship next time, right? That's not what this is about.
Doesn't exist.
Right? Every single relationship is meant to evolve you. Every relationship, whether it be a relationship that lasts for 50 years or a relationship that lasts for 50 days, right? It's all meant to evolve you.
And every relationship, beloveds, prepares you for what's coming. So whatever you've been through in this relationship, you've learned certain things about yourself. Allow yourself to take those learnings and lessons into the next evolution of yourself, and particularly yourself in a relationship, which is one of the hardest engagements and experiences of your human existence, is to be in a relationship with another. For it is vulnerable, and it is heady, and it is egoic, and it ear markings upon it. Whoever phone that is, we ask that you mute yourself. I cannot see who it is. Thank you. Anyway, we've lost track of what we were saying, but please understand that you are on the precipice. I see you on a great edge of your life, and you will either fall or you will fly. Be willing to fly.
Okay.
Right. And be willing to fall. Just be willing. Right?
Flying requires that you flap your wings very, very, very vigorously.
Yeah.
All right. We took care of that metaphor. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the question. It was important.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. All right. Hello. Is it Rainy? Is that how you pronounce your name?
Hi, yes, my name is Rainy. And first, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. This is amazing. This is my first time here.
Wonderful to have you. Welcome.
Well,
I just want to know if you have any general advice.
We have plenty of advice, beloved. We're never shortage of advice.
Never a shortage.
For me, general advice for me.
All right. Let's get real basic. You got to really start caring for your body. I feel that, right? You're noticing things in your body, right? That are starting to, you don't feel like you felt 10 years ago, true, but there are things that you can do in this moment to help your body be working at its optimum, right? Why is it important that your body works at its optimum? because you have work to do, beloved one, right? Spirit's tapping you on the shoulder and saying, come on. And you're saying, yes, but you know, I don't have anything to share. I don't have anything to teach, right? And Spirit has more for you, right, than you have been willing to imagine up to this point in time. But the body, the chakras, the energy field must be solid, must be humming, must be balanced, right? For you to be able to experience all it is that Spirit has to offer at this time. All right?
And we concur with this theme and tone for you. It is about honoring. It is about honoring and knowing thyself. You cannot expect the outside world to take care of that which they have no knowledge of. And when you hide and you keep yourself hidden and amassed in busyness and activities for the service of others, you take away one incredibly important aspect of the self, is the honoring. And so you are invited and asked to, what is it that you need most, and to take care of that in yourself. Even if it is only just a few minutes, right now you will grow into it, for it is not an area of your life where you feel comfortable taking care of yourself before others. But we urge you to step outside of that paradigm for yourself and try to do something just for you. What could that be? Perhaps it is just a delightful cup of tea in the afternoon in your garden. Or maybe it is going to a movie that is all for you. But when you start to have these acts of self-love and self-honoring, you will find that you have more available for others, more tolerance, more patience, more love. For that is what flows forth. Right now, there is a tendency for you to be all sort of congested with the idea that you are not important in some way, and that could not be further than what is true.
Yeah, you're greater than what sits in that chair, beloved one. And we encourage you to begin to discover that aspect of you, right? Your God I am, your soul journey as opposed to the human journey, right? When you align with your soul, when you align with your higher self, your God I am, right? The path changes, the inner landscape changes, right?
And when you begin to experience the touch and the feeling of the love of agape, which is God love, unconditional, purest form of love, you will feel compelled to move in that direction and bring more of that into the world through the experience of you. So reach out and pursue. The pursuit of divine love is a worthy cause. It is a worthy endeavor for you as a human, for you as a woman, for you as a mother, a sister, a wife.
And it's really important to understand that you don't have to do it all by yourself. You have spirit support, absolutely, but reach out to others to assist you, because there's a, you know, you're looking for the more in life. There's more waiting for you. Let someone assist you to, you know, leap over that Grand Canyon and into the more. All right.
Okay, thank you.
This community is a first start for you, beloved. Look around.
It makes so much sense. I'm a service provider, and you know how that is. You just give.
Right.
And I don't want to be resentful, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is not honoring when you give so much. It is out of balance when you overgive.
Yes. forgetting to eat lunch, forgetting to go for a walk, forgetting to meditate, just not having the time.
Right. And it is unfair. It becomes an inequality within yourself where you are not honoring the truth of who you are. And that builds upon itself as well.
I feel that. I feel less connected when I'm not honoring myself. I'm just thinking about, when you don't think about yourself or what you need or what spirit needs from you, you're just thinking about everyone else. You're completely off balance.
Well, I just want you to know spirit needs nothing from you other than how you choose to show up. But spirit can begin to unfold in you in ways that you will find yourself in alignment and flourishing and the flow of divinity, which changes the course of your life and the selection of choices that you make as well.
Thank you.
When that river becomes more fluid within you, it changes all.
It does.
All right. Does this assist you?
Thank you so much.
Indeed.
I was going to ask a different question.
Perhaps there might be time to come back around if others are complete, but let us move on and we will come back if you want to stay on. Thank you for being here, Rainey. It's
Thank you.
a pleasure to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Indeed. Hi, Sammy. Hello.
Hi again.
Hello. Hi again.
Thank you for having us, Saban. I just have a quick question.
All right.
I just wanted to know, like, how can I connect with my angels?
We were unable to hear.
How can I connect with my angels?
How can you connect with your angels? All right.
Or angel. She seems to think one is around you. Yes, you do not seem, is there a team or you seem one is primary for you?
I don't know. I've given up a lot of hope right now, so I just need some sort of hope.
Well, first of all, you have many around you, and there can be one that is your primary relationship, but I will let Metatron, she will respond to this.
All right, beloved one. One of the easiest ways to make that connection is to deepen the relationship between you and your angels, your guidance. And to do that, think of how you create the relationships out in the world, in your own life, right? You talk to people. And so if you will begin to speak to your angels and speak to your guidance, you will begin to notice that you will have greater and greater response. Even if you don't know a name, that doesn't matter. Just chit chat. You can share your day with them. You can ask questions and receive answers. There's no shortcut to creating a relationship with guidance. It really takes action from your side of the cover, right? And so they are there for you. There's nowhere else for them to be. They will respond if you will take the time to reach out and connect. And we encourage you to speak to them out loud, get it out of your head, right? Because when it's in your head, you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to like raise up to listen. Let it come to you, feel it, know it, see it, hear it, all of it, right? But when you speak out loud, it also helps to keep the ego in check a little bit more. So begin to make relationship. The deeper the relationship, the easier the connection, right?
And we would offer you this advice and more, which would be to listen. How can you sit in the understanding that, first of all, you are connected no matter what, no matter if you feel the truth of that in your life or not. And so we offer you the quiet listening, the letting go of the constant stream and myriad of thoughts that come through your mind, and do your best to let all the thoughts that you think a million miles a minute to go, and quiet yourself enough. Find some peaceful way, whether it is floating in a bathtub or it is sitting in nature in meditation, and just to say, my intent here is to listen and see what you hear without any interference or thought. And then when thought comes, beloved, I'm going to ask you to use all of your devices, all of your faculties, to trust in what that message that comes forth is, to believe it, to allow yourself to hear something that is not of your own internal mind and the constant thoughts that you have about yourself, which, beloved, is so often deprecating, self-critical. So your angels really want you to invite in more love. Invite in the understanding that you have a place here, and that there is a way forward for you. We want you to know that the listening comes first. You may ask prayers of your angels, but then you must shut down enough to say, I want to hear something from you. Show me proof and evidence. Do you see the 11:11 on the clock that so many see? Or do you hear just a whisper? Do you see a feather in front of you upon your path? Do you see an animal that you find beloved, cross your path? Is there some whisper, a song on the radio? And I want you to begin to tune into the frequency. This is a frequency, a vibrational frequency that your angelic kingdom, those that guide you and are around you, are sending to you.
And what Mother's trying to tell you is that it has nothing to do with your ears, right? Don't worry about hearing like you're hearing us speaking to you now. Feel it, know it, see the pictures, right? And if you receive something that you're hearing, it's going to be an internal voice, right? So pay attention, right?
To everything. Everything Spirit is reaching out to communicate with you. Signs, sensations, whispers, thoughts, ideas, visions. It can come in many, many, many forms. If you were to sit here in circle with all of these beloveds within our community, they could tell you stories untold of how often the synchronicities of Spirit come to you. We want you to start to think of this as the norm. These synchronicities are just little droplets in the water that Spirit wants you to create for you in abundance and consistently all the time. Come to expect that in your life. You no longer have to say, oh, that was a happenstance. That was something that's only going to happen occasionally. It can happen every day, all the time for you, and live in that essence and that understanding that Spirit wants more for you than you can imagine for yourself right now, until you're able to imagine that for yourself. Let Spirit bring it to you. Let God, your angels, those that love and adore you from afar, bring them closer to you. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the question and being here tonight.
Indeed.
Right. We have time for one or two more questions if you'd like. So anybody that has a question that has not stepped forward, we feel your questions, even though you are not stepping forward to ask them. But Rainey, I see you come back around. Beautiful. That is the perfect opportunity. Good job. Thank you for taking care of it. This is how you honor yourself. Yes.
Normally I would wait. Normally I would wait and say, oh, there's no time.
No, you are honoring that which is you and the reason why you came, and I honor that in you. That is a beautiful reflection for everyone here. Thank you.
I'm working on an important sort of project or case, and I was just wondering if you all had any advice on whether or not I'm things, or if there's something else I need to be looking at.
This is a patient, a case you are working on with a patient?
No, not a patient. It's sort of a cold case.
We have no comment, beloved one.
Okay.
I'm seeing an entanglement that you're involved in, that with other parties, that there seems to be a significant agenda that is being portrayed here, that you are fighting forces that you may not be prepared for. Does this make sense to you? Without getting into the specifics of it, but it seems like there are hidden agendas. And quite frankly, beloved, what we're hearing and seeing right now is everyone is not being 100% in integrity and honesty around it.
Okay.
If this makes sense. So use your intuition and use all your devices that, that sixth sense, that spidey sense that we all have, particularly women and you in the healthcare industry. Just be mindful to pay attention to your instincts and your intuition.
Okay.
Trust that.
That works. That makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. All right. Ria. Hello, Ria. Nice to see you.
Hi, nice to see you too. Thank you for what you're doing today for us and the opportunity. I've been listening a lot of things, and I found some new information that besides, the name that we come to deserve, our mothers and fathers give us our names, right? There is also a spirit name. What do you think about that?
I don't understand the question. Are you saying what is your spirit name? Or yes?
No, I'm not asking particularly of my own spirit name. Is this something that is realistic? Is it true that we all have a different name as spirit?
Yes.
That prevails from
sacred name.
Yes.
Sacred name.
We all have many names from many lifetimes and many linear timelines that we are already living. So I would say a resounding yes. We all have many names that exist.
Soul has a sacred name.
But as your soul has a specific name.
A sacred name, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to confirm.
And you can find your sacred name.
And your higher self has a name, and your spirit guides have a name, and your spirit guides call you a name.
Oh, yes. That's what I was saying too.
But this would be like for you to discover. Have you discovered your sacred name?
I discovered through meditation one, right?
Good.
And so I was trying to confirm this as this is new for me. Right.
And that newness does not detract from the understanding that it still exists.
Exactly.
You are just becoming, think of it as you are just becoming aware of it and more conscious to it. It has always been there for your eternity, but you are becoming an awareness of it. This is the journey. This is the journey of this life for you to become in conscious connection and contact with that which you already are. Right? You already are. Not new.
Yes.
It is in fact quite old.
Absolutely.
Ancient.
Yes. Since the beginning.
Blessings.
Thank you. Blessings. Thank you.
All right, Jesse, we see your hand. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you for the time today. It's been nice to listen to, taking a lot from it, but I don't really know how to ask this question, so I'm just going to kind of give the pieces that I have. So I tend to channel very intensely over short periods of time with pretty much zero context, and very things that I've never seen or heard before, either through art, through people, through dreams, through actual voices coming through, and then it stops, and I have to kind of do my homework and figure out exactly what was going on. So in this, the question I guess I have right now is, so I started reading the book of Knowledge, Keys of Enoch.
Yeah.
it's come to me several times and I've been kind of putting it off reading it. It's very dense and very intense. But the first time, so the first time I came across it, I was at a Mary Magdalene group, and the leader came up to me afterwards and said that she was channeling Metatron and that she wanted to show me something. And so she showed me this book and had me read a couple pages of it and said that, I was supposed to find it. And then she mentioned that he was saying that I needed to look into Sandalphon a lot. And so I guess, and just kind of continue what happens, I ended up running into this book several more times before I finally got it over the next year or two after that. And I finally started reading it a year or two later, which is now. So I guess the connection, I know the connection between Sandalphon and Metatron, but I don't know what the relation is to why that was channeled to me specifically. It was a very brief sentence. You need to look into Sandalphon.
Well, it was a message that Spirit's been trying to get to you for a long time, right? And so this channel was the vehicle for getting that information to you because it is important for your path, right? And what we're going to remind you is you're not going to figure it out up here. It's not about, noodling it out, right? Receive the information and write it down if you can, or record it if you can, and set it aside for a week or so, and then reapproach it with fresh eyes and ask to be shown, ask to be told what it is that you need to know about these pieces of what appears to be random information, right? What you will ultimately be doing, Jesse, is writing a book, right? And so writing these things down, even if you don't know in the moment what they mean, what they're for, and it's just random, write it down, okay? Your bursts of channeling, we can give you information on how to, kind of build your channeling muscles and expand your bandwidth a bit. And so, so there's ways you can reach out to our woman or to Kone and receive information to assist you to become a great channel.
You are already spontaneously channeling. You have come online. You're coming online as a spontaneous channel, and that which is one is already more advanced in your abilities. It is just your conscious mind, your egoic mind that wants to catch up with that concept, that what is something you're already faced with. And so this is called a spontaneous awakening, which can be jarring. It can be somewhat disorienting for those that discover it. It's like being a walk-in and saying, I don't know myself, my life right now in this particular form. But what is occurring is Spirit is saying, all right, and in so many words, beloved, they are saying, the jig is up, time is up. It is time to get to the business of hand. And so they are forcing your hand a bit, which is the spontaneous nature of what you're experiencing. And you've already come in with this knowledge, Jesse. It is not something that is going to surprise us. We already know that you are the keeper of the keys of Enoch, and you have this knowledge. It is like an ancient sacred tome that you carry within your soul and your heart and your blueprint. So for you to bring it forth in this world at this time, it is not the first time that you do this. It will not be the last, but it is incumbent upon you. It is your soul's journey, beloved, that this is something that you bring forth, and there is no negotiating about that. It is just what you're here to do, and this channel was, God bless her, because this is part of what we teach in channeling, is how to be in integrity with the messages you receive, even if they are not understood at the level of the mind when they are delivered.
And I guess to follow up on that, just one more quick question. So it was jarring. I'm an MIT engineer, so I was very logos driven most of my life. Which was a necessary part, I think, of what I was supposed to go through. But then at the age, on my 33rd birthday, which I know is a significant number, everything just kind of blasted out. Everything just blasted out. And it was, at first, it was very chaotic and intense.
Right.
but it felt normal eventually. But at the same time, because it's happened so late in life, I'm stuck in old patterns of thinking, and also at the same time, I'm not very aware of parasitic energies that tend to be drawn to me.
Right.
And I guess my question is, how do I first off recognize that, and shield myself from that, because I'm very trusting. It's very difficult for me to figure out if someone's trying to.
We are not going to resolve all this in this sitting here
Yeah.
in this event, but we do encourage you to reach out for help and support, and we have many devices and ways for you to surround yourself by others who can lead and guide you, have been in the exact place that you are right now.
Okay.
So we encourage you to not sit idle upon it, and balance in your life and create a pathway for you to move forward for this, that you can maintain and provide some priority toward. You must give it some of your attention, and it is going to blow your logical IT engineering thinking mind a bit, but it is okay. This is purposeful good for who you are right now. That knowledge that you have of the engineering and the technical is going to be needed in what you are bringing forth.
Indeed. And it's really great to remember that this is a process, right? It's not a one and done, and guidance is looking for longevity for you. So getting some tools to use so that you'll have longevity in your channeling experience is important, right? So that you don't get burnt out.
Get some help, beloved, for there are others that can guide you, and it will help to create more wind beneath your wings as you begin to soar. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for your
and on the last note, good job. Good job for being willing. Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and relinquish now. We have a couple of announcements for you we'd like to share with you before you part for the evening. And again, thank you for your presence, your understanding, your attention, and your support to one another. This is who you are. So much gratitude from our hearts to yours.
Indeed. Namaste.
So before everybody takes off, just hang on a moment. Hello. Hi. So we want to tell everybody, there's been a lot. We have a channeling class coming up in December. For those of you that really want to know next steps, we need your email. If you're on this call and we don't have your email, put it in the chat if you want to know more about our channeling course coming up in December. We also have a mediumship class that starts the end of October. Wendy and I, and some members of our community are taking off this week to go to the Grand Tetons. I see some people here that are going to be joining us. We're going to be on sacred retreat for the next 10 days or so, beginning Thursday, Friday of this week. We'll be gone through the following weekend. So if you're reaching out to us, we'll respond, but it may be a bit delayed. But mediumship, look for that on our website and in your email and on our meetup groups. Please look for the channeling class, which is called Awaken the Connection to Spirit, Awaken Your Connection to Spirit. That's a 2-month class that we offer. And then these offerings here, we have the Intention Circle that is monthly coming up, and then obviously our Cosmic Q&As. But the two biggies are the mediumship and the channeling class. I'm seeing and feeling so many of you are like so ready. It's like ripe fruit ready to be picked. I just, don't fall on the ground and rot. We just want you to know there's a way forward that's going to make sense. And there's many here that have been through it and it's been offered. So we hope to see you in some of our classes and offerings.
Thank you, guys.
What a great night. You feel the energy? Look at everybody, so bright and beautiful and wonderful. And yeah, we're here for you. Love in abundance. We can't wait to see those of you in Wyoming next week. And when we get back, we have a whole bunch of other stuff coming up for you. Masterclass. We've got some chakra work to do, advanced chakra work to do. Our chakras are screaming for attention. So that's coming down the pipeline. And then some more advanced work on channeling tools and skills in that. So we hope to see all of you when we're back, and God bless.
Yes, thank you. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you.